Teddy Long, which is AEW, did Sting's retirement differently. It wasn't bad now. What do you mean? I think Sting retired with the tag belt, right? Which really he said he didn't even care about no belt. You know, he care less about that or being in the main event. But let's see what Teddy's talking about.
I've known Sting for a long, long time and always been one hell of a nice guy. So I just wish that they would have did the retirement a little bit different. Let him went out on his own.
Like a single match or something?
Teddy, we lost somebody else to the business, but not in the same way. We lost Sting recently to the business as he's retired now. His final match in AEW, just a couple of days removed from this podcast that we're recording right now. And he went out as a tag team champion, the AEW tag team champion. His career, I thought, was well represented in this display that they put on in AEW. I think the entire package for the night was well done, despite the fact that I had a lot of trepidation about the match and how it might go and my feelings. I actually found myself reminiscing quite a bit in enjoying the match. Teddy, how about you?
I didn't see any of it.
Oh no.
You know, like I tell you, I don't watch AEW, so I didn't see any of it. So,
Oh, wow.
I just want to say congratulations to Sting because I had the opportunity to work with him when I first broke in. I was
He didn't even see no clips.
I worked with a lot of him and Luger's matches, so I've known Sting for a long, long time and always been one hell of a nice guy. So I just wish that they would have did the retirement a little bit different. Let him went out on his own. He didn't need all that extra fanfare. You know what I mean? Just let him go out on his own. Let him be his own start for that particular night. But, whatever. But congratulations to you, Sting, and the wrestling world is certainly going to miss you.
Bill, what do you think?
Mac, I feel the way you felt. I didn't want it to happen in a tag team match, but it was great. It was great. Ric Flair was there, Nikita Koloff, Magnum TA, and so many others.
Scotty Riggs was there.
And the best thing,
Scotty Riggs.
right,
I
but
forgot
the
about
best
him.
thing was at the beginning of the match, when he was making his entrance, one of his sons came out dressed as
The blonde Sting.
Surfer Sting. The other one came out as Sting with the baseball bat, and then Sting came out,
Wolfpack Sting.
and the crowd popped all three versions of Sting.
That first version that popped out, Bill, I'm just going to pop in real fast, but that first version, when Surfer Sting hit the stage, they shot it from a ways back, so you're not sure what you're seeing at the time. You almost feel like
I thought it was him.
Brought back his face paint from the early days.
I did.
That'd be, how about that?
Looks
Instead
so
of
much
his son
like
looking just like him.
And then the tag team match, Sting said that he wanted the Young Bucks to be the opponents to go out on this. And even after the match, he said what a great match it was. He did high spots, he went through a table, he did, everything was so right. And, the Young Bucks, of course, put them...
I know one thing, everybody said he should have let be. I don't know, what was it? Early this year or last year? He went through the table and smacked his face or his lip on the table. Ooh, damn, that was rugged. Oh, boy. Because I remember that because it was him and Darby. And Sting was like, nah, I got this. And this man, oh boy, that was rough. Seriously, that was no joke.
Over, and I knew Sting actually. Eddie Gilbert introduced me to him back in Bill Watts territory, way back. So I want to thank him for also being a personal friend and also making a hell of a career for you and me and everybody else to watch.
You know that mask you have on your face, I'll tell you a memory I have of Sting. He came through at the height of the Sting in the Rafters. When he wasn't speaking, all he was doing was appearing in the rafters. I was at a show in Macon, Georgia, and I have never asked for an autograph from anybody, really. Because of the way that I was introduced to the business, I just never felt like asking or taking pictures with guys. It just wasn't my thing. And I did ask the promoter at that time, Chip Burnham. I said, Chip, any chance you can get a mask, a Sting mask signed by Sting? He did, and Sting agreed, and I actually got to say hey to him briefly. All of a sudden, I have a flood at my house, and what gets ruined, but that mask is one of the many things that I lost, and I hated that. But that was just the only autograph I ever wanted for whatever reason. Because he was the hero I grew up with.
That sucks, Mac. That sucks. Make me think about my stuff getting destroyed. Oh, boy. The wrestling figure collection. Gone. Yearbooks. Gone. DVDs and CDs. Gone. The ones in the crate survived. I mean, in the box survived. But everything else, shoes, gone. The base. Oh, man. I don't want to get started on that. But basement floods are the shits. And, what was in that basement, I'm going to let that be. Because, my folks were saying, that was sickening. Oh, not just all the stuff getting messed up, having to clean all that out on top of it.
I'm going to tell you something, a hero. When my son Brandon was probably about 8 or 9 years old, I took him to a WCW show. He was a little stinger. And after Sting's match, whoever he wrestled, I took Brandon in his dressing room, and Sting was just getting changed. And he said, who's this guy? I said, it's my son Brandon. He said, come here, sit down. And he started asking Brandon about his schoolwork and about his friends, nothing to do with wrestling. And still to this day, they still stay in touch. That's what a good guy he is. And when he won the World Championship for Ric Flair, he and his wife at that time, nobody had ever done this, and we don't accept gifts, but he sent, when the magazine came out, he sent a bouquet of flowers to the staff to thank us for helping make his career. What a Class A guy.
Yep. Let me talk about one more aspect of that match. We can talk about that match all night long and different things, but I do want to bring up one part of that match that had me a little concerned. Darby Allin went to the top of a ladder, and this was
here we go.
Just high
the glass thing, right?
Kind of ladder. And he does a backdrop onto a plane of glass that is laid across chairs.
He
ends up after the shot.
I agree with some of the veterans and saying they need to chill out with some of this flying through the air business, because this man's I don't know. Not saying he's trying to be Jeff Hardy, but it's like worse. This man's gonna break his back because he's a lot smaller than Jeff Hardy. That's up to him, but damn, because I was seeing that back, flipping through the thing again, and I was like, oh, come on now, leave, chill out with that. That's, oh boy, oh boy.
The spot itself looked fantastic. The glass just went everywhere. And when he rolled over, you're thinking, they used sugar glass. They used real glass for this spot. He just bleeding. His whole back was just red.
Bleeding.
Oh, damn, sugar glass?
Profusely. It wasn't just red. It was blood coming out.
Well, let me read something that the coach wrote. And Coach said this in a tweet. He said, next. Okay, AEW, come after me. This is bananas and so unnecessary. Can someone please teach the writers and Tony Khan that if you tell a good story, you don't have to do that crap and damn near kill yourself? Other than Mick Foley, find any videos of a top star from WWE doing anything this reckless.
Yeah, Vince was hot, but when he fell off the cage, Vince was pissed.
My God. If he hits one of those chairs, he could have paralyzed himself and broken his back.
Yeah, I just said that.
Make the fans care.
If he fell with the part of the chair like that,
be talked about doing.
Who is this?
This is the coach, Coachman.
Jonathan Coachman.
Jonathan
Coachman.
Yes, he's the John Coachman.
And he points out a very good fact. Well, I don't understand why can't you use sugar glass that is much safer than real glass, and you get the same effect. The other problem I have with it too, when you watch it back in slow motion, when he hits that plane of glass, the glass shatters and spreads out. It goes upwards and out. Some of the people in the front row were hit by the glass. That's not a good idea. You can't. If he got cut by the glass, so can they. Daddy, your thoughts?
Could have put that.
I think you guys are just wasting your time and wasting air. You can talk about these guys. So, like I said, I don't watch it, and I'm glad I didn't watch it.
Well, let me say something that bothered me.
I didn't get to see the full clip, but it was in the feed. And Al Snow said something like, I think it was Al Snow said something like, he's like, somebody's gonna get killed out there. And I was like, yeah, it's getting rough. Didn't the one dude, I forgot his name now. Was it Dante something? Did something crazy and fell and just tore his leg in half or something. One of the guys, that was bad there. Ooh, that was rugged. His leg was. They said it was shades of the Sid Vicious leg break. About the double leg break, that was rough. They said that was what you call a compound. About the skin or the bone coming through the meat. Ooh, I remember I was telling because about something like this. He said, stop talking about that. He said it was making him sick.
Is that after he was all cut
bone
up,
through the meat.
I think they took him to the back, but he came out 5 minutes later with huge blobs of blood on his back, and he acted like nothing happened, and it was genuine. It was real. It was absolutely real. I think sometimes that some of the wrestlers, he did that coffin drop off that top, and I think sometimes they're just looking for that, oh my God, did you see that moment from the other guys and the fans?
But
Because, the fans were,
WWE,
Yeah, people
back
they've
in
been
the
saying
early
that for
days,
years now.
Attitude Era, they could do stunts like that, in a wrestling match, but they weren't.
I missed Attitude Era, but that's
freaking
gone.
dangerous, except for the time when Shane McMahon went through the glass and it was not the right kind of glass they would actually install. But other than
different
that,
era.
yeah,
It's a different era.
Yeah,
Different
even Shane
mentality.
McMahon was
These
something
guys,
else.
the younger guys, are
That's
daredevil. Darby Allin has just gotten cleared by his doctor to climb Mount Everest. The guy is a daredevil. They probably said we can use fake glass, whatever, and he said no, the real thing. I'll bet you that's what happened.
I just wonder who should be making that decision, the talent or somebody in the company.
Yeah, the boss should be saying, "Oh, that's not what's that show with the talking babies back in the day? You had the one with the balls, and you had the one that was always scary, and the one that was always trying to dare to do something. He's trying to stop his friend from daring to. He'd tell him, "I don't think that's such a good idea," and he was right every time. He said, "I don't think that's such a good. Oh, come on, you can do it." And he was like, "Yeah, okay." That's what they should have told him. You should have grabbed him by his shoulder and be like, "All right, dude, I don't think that's such a good idea." Ramsey said about these people that can't cook. He said this guy done went off his trolley. He's like, he done lost his damn. Oh boy, they are they are real pieces of work.